This is Keys to the Truth. Today I have a very special video for you. This was inspired by one of our viewers by the name of Trent. He's an awesome guy, and we're going back and forth with the comments, and one of the things that he mentioned led down this rabbit hole, and I'm very happy to share it with you. It so happens that it's one of the many proofs that Sanskrit is the original language of creation. It's the original language of humanity. It's the original language of the universe and of the Creator. You might get triggered. If you do, please just be calm. Take your time with the information, mull it over, do your own research. Don't believe a thing I say. Do your own research, and start vetting it at different intervals with different sources and see what you get. Okay, so this subject is very, very long. It would be a video that would be several hours long to make. So instead of that, I decided to go in the direction of doing it part by part in different like a series. Okay, so this is part two of why I think Sanskrit, or Samskritam, which is what it's called in Sanskritam, is the original language, and it's the baseline language of the universe. Okay, that's the language of Yeshua Christ, the Master, and that's the language that he uses to create this world and all possible worlds, the seen, the unseen, all the realms, past, present, future. If there's some universe or a multiverse or whatever it is, I know that we know there's no space, but whatever it is that creation is, that's the language that he uses to manifest it. And so I know that's a bold statement. I know a lot of people might be, like just fuming right now, or foaming at the mouth even, depends. But we just take the information in, do your own research, and then revisit it. If you're getting a reaction against it, it could be that I'm wrong. It also could be your mind control, your programming, your brainwashing is the black the magic, the witchcraft that's being used against you. That's embedded to your soul. It's acting. It's like boiling, and then you have to boil it away and stay with the truth, or you can choose to stay with the lie. So a lot of the things I'm exposing here are not going to be things that you've ever heard, and that's not just me tooting my own horn. I've just researched this information. I've never found it. So I am very humbled at the opportunity. I am very blessed at the opportunity that the Lord God, our Maker, has given me, and has compelled me to present this information, because I think I have the compulsion, and it's a must. It's my dharma. It's my duty to share it with however many people out there are open-hearted and open-minded to this information, and take whatever works for you. Do not throw the baby out with the bathwater. If something vibes with you, take it. If it doesn't, throw it away. If it brings you closer to God, take it. If it doesn't, throw it away. That's easy as pie, okay? And that's the way of yoga. I will do a video on yoga, several videos, but the way of yoga is the way towards God. It doesn't mean union with God. That's a mistranslation. It means to go towards God. So anything that leads you towards God is by definition yoga. Okay? Yo is a grammatical declination of Yah, which is one of the appellations, one of the names of the Almighty. And Ga is also the root word for go, going, Ga, go. So it's going towards something, going towards Yah, going toward Yo, which is the declination of Yah, going towards the Creator, the Maker, the Source, the Almighty, the Infinite, the Eternal, Bliss. Okay, so that's what this means. So in essence, if I'm getting sidetracked, I'm sorry guys, but it's a lot of information. And I realize that sometimes if you don't have some of the pieces to the puzzle, it's very easy to get triggered and just go away. And I don't necessarily, I'm not here to like, oh, I know this, I don't know this, I don't know anything. And that's something also important. Whenever I do a video, when I finish it, I if you see, I leave a few days or longer period of time where I go back inside, introspecting, and also outside, looking at the creation, the world, and I go back to zero. I tell myself, you know nothing, Keys. You're ignorant. You're a fool. And then I go back to the creator because the ego tends to creep back up on you. So when you finish doing a video or you're talking to somebody, the ego starts bubbling up, and you're like, man, I gotta keep this noise down. So that's really important, and that's something that I'm sharing with you because it's the methodology. It's not because I want to tell them that I do this and I do that. That's horse manure. The important thing here is to share with you the methodology for the playbook so that you guys can replicate it or improve on it. Okay, be it with yourselves or your kids, your children, your family, your friends. Whomever this is helpful to in their search for the ultimate, for the absolute. Okay, so subject at hand, Sanskrit. Why do I keep saying it's the language of creation? Everything that I'm researching keeps pointing towards that. So I've already done part one, part two. So now down to brass tacks and focus. All right. So the elites are using the Sanskrit constantly, and they're not using it in a good way. They're using it in a bad way. This is why I tell you it's a tool of creation, but it can also be used as a tool of destruction. The closer a language gets in antiquity towards the source, the maker, the stronger, the more powerful it is. So if you were an evil occultist, depraved, psychotic, scumbag elite, you would try to use the language that is closest to the power source, okay? Even if you're trying to use it for evil. Just go back even to the Bible and you'll see, and all the Vedanta, you clearly see even the demons, even the devil, they pray to God because they know He's the source of everything, good and even bad. So again, this is one of those trigger moments. Just do your own research on it. I'm not going to spend an hour explaining each and every point. Otherwise, I would make 10-hour videos. Nobody's going to watch them. Okay. So I'll keep it as short, concise as possible. And I'll keep doing more videos on each one of these particular important subjects. Okay. So, for example, here we have this source here, Tropedia, Fandom. They just put a bunch of stuff together. And I'm just giving you a general strokes here of what uh, magic entails. And before I do that, let me go back to this. What is a spell? And you have to know about spells. You have to know that we do not live in a scientific, deterministic, reductionist world of Newtonian or Einsteinian physics. That is a bunch of hooey. That's a bunch of baloney. It's complete nonsense, okay? And it's meant to fool your mind, it's meant to deceive you, it's meant to hypnotize your intellect and keep it away from the reality that we live in a magical world that is absolutely 100% run by magic. Which magic? Or are you talking about sorcery? You're talking about witchcraft? No, 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 no. That's one subset of magic. Okay, magic is everything. You talking, you breathing, you walking, your heartbeat, all of that is magic. The clouds floating in the air is magic. Be sure to check out my video on how clouds float, where I break that down over the course of an hour plus on how clouds float and how it is a magical act. You've seen my raw footage of water tornadoes, water spouts, desert tornadoes, the dust devils. All of that is magic, 100%. It's water bending, it's air bending, 100% bona fide magic, okay? There's no science in there. I will tell you the mechanisms because magic also follows rules. It doesn't mean that it's magical. It doesn't mean that, oh, there's no rules. It just happens for no reason. Yes, there are reasons and there are rules. Okay, but it comes down to a point where it's supernatural and it's not natural. This world is not natural at all, okay? Because natural implies that it's, oh, it just happens, spontaneously, you know, so for no reason, without, a specific set of circumstances. And that's the complete opposite of what we see, you know. Take, for example, water. Where does the water come from? How is it created? It's not H2O. That's been debunked thoroughly, thoroughly. I'm not even going to go into the subjects that have thoroughly been debunked by other channels or other independent researchers, such as gravity or evolution or the globe model or H2O. Those things are just, you have to know them. If you don't know them, please do your homework, conduct your own research. And if you have questions, please write in the comments. Questions, suggestions, comments, anything you have. If you know something about more than I missed, please, if you have a question, like, hey, I didn't get this, I don't understand. I mean, do not feel like, oh, this guy's gonna make fun. I'm not gonna make fun. I accept that I am a fool, that I am a sinner, that I'm very limited, and I pledge allegiance to the Maker, and I humble myself before God and ask Him for His benevolence and in His divine grace and mercy to bless you, the listener, and myself with His infinite wisdom, with His infinite protection, abundance, light, happiness, joy, bliss, protection, abundance. All of these things I pray to the Lord Almighty that He bestow on you and your loved ones forever and ever. Okay, so let's continue. And if you're an atheist, please, just again, try to keep from getting triggered. Okay, try connecting to your heart center, which is your sixth sense. It connects to your soul. It connects to the infinite. You can also connect through your Sahasrara chakra, which is your seventh sense, at the top of your head, and that also connects to the Akasha and the Akashic records. And you can download all the wisdom if God so sees fit for you to do so. Let's see. I'm telling you basically that the elites know about the secret of Sanskrit. Okay, they know this secret, and this is one of the several proofs that I have for you that it is indeed the original language of everything. All right, so we can see it in action in the news almost every single day. I hadn't broached the subject because they're using it for the current scare campaigns, scare tactics, and I don't want to get near the insanity, okay, of what's in vogue right now at the moment, the boogeyman right now. But I want to tell one of the listeners shared a piece of information with me, which led to this, and I'm thankful for you, Dale, Trent. I really am. So anyway, they used word magic, and what is a spell if not word magic? All right. So a spell is a series of words or word that has magical powers. If you're under a spell, then what you do is out of your control. Your thoughts and actions are dictated by the spell. Spell can refer to the magic words you say, or it can describe being under the influence of those words. What does have a spell mean? To influence or control someone by being fascinated, enchanting or seductive, or so on, blah, blah. So it can be incantations, spell charms, bewitchery, magical formulas, trigger a magical effect on a person or an object. This is all real, by the way. This is not hocus pocus. And, I'll do several videos on the subject. But anyway, the thing here is, for example, also, what is word magic? Sorry, here we go. Magic involving the use of words in a manner determined by a belief. that the very act of uttering a word summons or directly affects the person or thing that the word refers to. This is really important, okay? So keep that in mind, and let's go to incantations. They're using this all the time on the news, on the media, the mainstream media, and even some of the other alternative media, all right? So a spell is a word, a spoken word or form of words held to have magic power. A state of enchantment, a strong, compelling influence or attraction to put under a spell, right? And the closer you get, again, to the creation language, the stronger the magic's going to be. You can do magic in any language. You can do it in English, you can do it in French, you can do it in German, Hebrew, Spanish, whatever rocks your boat, okay? I'm not advocating the use of sorcery or witchcraft. Am I advocating the use of magic? You're doing magic regardless of you knowing it or not, okay? And I'll prove that to you beyond the shadow of a doubt through the course of several dozens of videos, because that's how long this information takes, okay? It's just extensive because we've been brainwashed for years. If you're listening to this, you might be 15, you might be 12, you might be 20, you might be 25, you might be 70. I don't know how old you are, but however long it's been, that's how long you've been brainwashed, and so have I. Okay, so this is not gonna. We're not gonna bust that brainwashing, that MK Ultra, hocus mind control in the course of 5 minutes. It's not gonna happen. Okay, you have to put in the work. Okay, to get past the helter skelter and all that BS. So here you are. They're acknowledging. Look at this. Various dead languages are used for ritual purposes for magic, okay, such as Latin. Latin is a fabricated fake language that's only used for black magic. You can use Hebrew, you can use Aramaic, you can use all kinds of stuff, but the Sanskrit is going to be the most powerful, okay? And I'm going to show you in a minute. That's what they keep using all the time, okay? And this website has some interesting things that I have found out through other research. Let's look at this, for example, here. Ancient tongues, okay, so the ancient tongues are always going to be more important, more powerful, okay. Enochian is Sanskrit, okay. Actually, the word Enoch comes from the Sanskrit Enomuc, and that means savior of mankind. So chew on that. But because magic works the way you believe it does, Latin or other ancient languages such as Sanskrit will work, and they will work doubly or more powerfully. 10 to the whatever power. Angelish, ancient language, okay. Command for the commands. Divine magic, dragon magic. Guess what language the dragons spoke? They spoke Sanskrit. How do I know this? Because the Bhagavad Gita tells us. So look here. This is from the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, Transcendental Knowledge. It goes something like this in the Sanskrit. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Imam Vivasvate Yogam Proktavan Aham Abhyayam Vivasvan Manana Ve Prahavanur Ikshvakave Bravit. I'm butchering Sanskrit and I apologize for that, but what it means is Shri Bhagavan. Bhagavan means Lord, great Lord. Shri means blessed, holy. Uvacha means said. So the supreme God, the supreme deity, the creator, said that it instructed the imperishable truths and instructions in the yoga, instructed the yoga, the relationship with the absolute, the going towards God, to the sun god, and the sun god taught it to the first human, and then from then on, for generations, however, the knowledge was lost. Okay, so sun god here, I don't want to get into that too much. You might ascribe that to an evil fallen deity, or you might ascribe it, as I do, in my opinion, he's talking about Christ, because Christ is the Son of God, not the physical Son, but the Son as his son and daughter, the Son of the Almighty. So he would be the original teacher of humanity, and not the evil one as the evil one would claim to be, but it would actually be Christ Yeshua, the initial guru, the first Adiyogi, the first master of all humanity for yoga and the relationship with the divine through speech, of course, through our actions, but also the speech that was imparted to us since the beginning. But going back to this, all right, so we went through what these things mean. And they're using it for black magic. They're using it with a dark, evil intent. They are most likely guided by non-human entities in the spiritual realm, but also in physical form. And this is a lot to take in, I know, but my research has led me to this. All right, so they're using that against us, and we can also go without the spiritual, but you can't leave the spiritual no matter what. So if you're an atheist, you need to do more research. If you're an atheist listening to this, or agnostic, you just need to do more research. Okay, you need to free your mind and your intellect and your heart and your soul from the constraints. And you can read all the quotes by this guy Gables, who was one of the worst. And but the people today make him look like like child's play with what's going on right now. He says if you repeat a lie often enough, people will believe it, and you will even come to believe it yourself. But it's not just the neurological linguistics of it, but it's the actual black magic in it. I keep telling you that. Okay, so please look into it, but not so much where you're doing the black sorcery, then you're screwed. Okay, so you have to be really careful here. Okay. Propaganda works best when those who are being manipulated are confident they are acting on their own free will. That's a key element of black magic. You think you have free will, they're freeing you, but they're actually enslaving you. A lie told once remains a lie, but 1,000 times becomes the truth. Never gonna be the truth, but you might think that it's the truth. That's the whole point. Okay, you might think that another language is the original language. They're never gonna tell you which one it is, but then why are they using it? So that's the main thing to my argument here. Okay, so let's see. Let's go to the actual word that they're using in the media, and this is the word MAGA, MAGA. What does MAGA mean? Okay, some people might think it means this. Okay, and I have news for you. That's not what it means. That's what they tell you it means. That's for the dumbed down sheeple to believe and to be bewitched by and enslaved by, ensnared by, and ultimately butchered by, but that's not what it means. And this is a completely apolitical channel, okay? I'm out of that loop. I don't even know what's going on, right? So if you're for or against, I really, it's honestly something I don't get into, right? So I'm telling you just the usage of the Sanskrit, all right? They're hiding it here. Oh, it's an acronym. You can make an acronym being whatever you want, okay? But it usually is full of meaning, okay? This is what they're claiming that it means, but the power of the word, this is what they're claiming that it means, right? This is the official narrative. This is the official story, right? With the paid actors, right and left, crisis actors, all kinds of actors, right? Look at this. And it's in your face, right? So you see it, and it's going to have a powerful effect on your psyche and your soul, because this language is so powerful. Look what it means. Like even in Spanish, if you look for it in Spanish, it's going to say It's the feminine of mago. It's maga, which is a person. Let me translate this. A person that here employs certain knowledge and practices with which that person pretends to achieve extraordinary things thanks to the help of beings or forces supernatural, right? So chew on that. A magician. So a maga is the feminine occult black magic being used against you, and that's also where the word magi comes from. Um, which were also dark magicians, black magicians, and magus, all right? A sorcerer, which is evil, all right? So you have to make that distinction. Everything in the world is magic. You are magic. I am magic. Magic is of the creator. But dark magic, sorcery, and witchcraft are evil. And if you're doing it, if you've done them, I do not, condone that. And I sincerely recommend that you keep away from all that because it's gonna ultimately hurt your soul, okay? If not your body even. So what does the name Magus mean? It means sorcerer, blah, blah, blah. It comes from the Sanskrit, all right? All these intermediate etymologies, Latin, it's BS, completely false and fabricated. Maga means a priest of the sun. Again, sun worship, which is devil worship. Where the devil pretends to be the sun. He's never the sun. He didn't make the sun, okay? Magician, all right? Power, bounty, wealth, all right? So that's what it means. Look at this. This is the link right here, so you can look it up yourself. Maga means a magician, a priest of the sun, all right? Usually in masculine, however, from the Spanish, I would say it's more of a feminine. Here you have all the references that you may want, Cologne Dictionary. A magus dwells in the darkness, a warlock, a sorcerer. This is what maga means, all right? This is the real deal. This is not the fake stuff that they're portraying, all right? So when somebody's telling you they're maga, they're not telling you, ooh, do this or do that for me. Give me your power. Give me your soul. Give me your belief. Give me your blind belief. Okay? That's what they're doing. They're bewitching you. Look. Evil everywhere, and you're falling for it every single time. And how do they get these etymologies in Sanskrit? Do you think these people know Sanskrit? They don't, okay? They recruit and use the dark gurus. They use black magic gurus from ancient times. And this has been around. This is the devil right here. This is Kali Asura, right? They know about the whole thing. That whole fake dichotomy, false dichotomy about Hegelian dialectic between Abrahamic religions and yoga is false, okay? Because all the Vedanta and all the Shaivism and all those ancient traditions know about this, okay? And the fallen deities and the Amara and the 33 fallen. So it's one history, guys. I'm not pushing one world religion here, but there is one long, huge story that they're hiding from us, and this is a huge key to the truth. And you have to research this, and you have to put it under your belt of tools, all right? So that you're not under this mind control and denial. Don't be in denial. If you find yourself having a guttural reaction to this material, again, take a deep breath, step back, keep doing further research on the periphery, and then come back to it whenever you're ready to get over your mind control, okay? Your state of stupefaction in which most of us are hypnotized, okay? Down to our souls, right? Where your breathing is affected, your temperature is affected, you're highly suggestive, your mental state, the whole thing, right? There's even studies on this. Look, neurological signs of black magic, right? This one you have to pay for. That's why I couldn't post the thing, but if you want to look into it, the research is there. And so they have their black gurus, they have their dark magic gurus that know Sanskrit and know the power that it wields. And they also have all these fake gurus that most people, the fake YouTube gurus that people follow, and those they are just crazy, man. Like this is all insanity, so that you buy, and so that they paint it in the lens that in the light that it's ridiculous, and so they'll get a lot of millions of gullible people, but the hardcore truth seeker will steer clear of it, and then you'll think that there's nothing to it, there's nothing there. So that's exactly one of the techniques they do. They also use that against Christianity, and they believe in Christ Yeshua, the Son of God, our Lord and Savior. And they also use that against Krishna and against other personalities or incarnations or avatars of the Almighty, and different manifestations that the divine has in this realm. I'm not advocating pantheism. There is one God, okay? So that's another subject for another time, but what they do is they paint it in such a ridiculous light, just like crystal magic, that you're never going to look into it because you're a serious person, you're a serious truth seeker. And they'll let the crazy ones look into it because they know they're never going to invent anything. I'm not attacking anybody. Like if you're into the new age, or you're new agey, or you're hipster, I mean, you were right all along. You just didn't have the analytical backdrop, that to explain all this. And that's what one of the things that I feel compelled to share is all the the analytics behind this, so that you can actually prove, and all the evidence that I'm giving you, so they actually prove that this is all real. And a lot of people have had that feeling throughout their life, but they were always, oh, that's the crazy person that meditates, or that crazy person that goes to church and is a Christian, or and I'm not even a Hindu, so I'm not advocating Sanskrit for the sake of it. This is where the research is guiding me, okay, where God is guiding me, all right, against everything I thought was real, all right. So, and most of these are just lunatics and jokes and clowns, but some of them, that's like in the initial level, some people are going to get deluded into thinking they're real, gurus. And then on the second level of the onion of lies, you're going to think, oh, they're just scam artists, blah, after them. Yes, that's true too. But then there's other deeper levels where some of them are actually black, dark magic gurus. And so you have to be careful not to necessarily, attack them directly, because your energy, sending bad energy to somebody that's powerful in magic, can come back at you in a scary way. So some of these people, from what I've heard them talking, I know that they know more things that they're telling you, and that they know black magic. Not that I've delved into that, but God has been so kind as to show me their ways without getting my hands dirty. So it's right there. That's what this word means. And this is showing you that the Sanskrit, okay, is the original language of creation. It's the language of the divine. It can be used for evil, it can be used for good, it can be used for creation and destruction. Okay? Remember, God is the creator and the destroyer of worlds. All right? He's the one and only. So he's the only one that can save you or destroy you. So we better get right with God right now, and stop believing in false idols, and so that their black magic is not used against you. It loses its effectiveness once you realize how the trick is played. All right, guys? So God bless you. God be with you. And Be sure to check out the upcoming website. Bookmark it for the time being while I get it up. It's and running. It's keystoTruth.com. Please subscribe to this channel. Share it. Download the videos. Rip the videos. They don't belong to me. They belong to you and humanity. Share them with everybody that you can. And replicate them, mirror it. And again, I gotta go. God bless you.